Hi everybody. Today I'm gonna show you how you can make a third-person shooter character in Unreal Engine. This is the first tutorial of it. So previous tutorial I show you how to make a third-person character, which you can also use as a first-person character. So now you need to import these three animations: run, idle, run, and walk. There is a run mesh and there is a two sound, equip, and run fire. So first of all, I will select the animation: run, idle, walk, and run, and drag and drop. I select the skeleton, which is many skeleton, which is in Infinity Blade Warrior. So these are the animation I import. You can open it. By the way, you find the animation in the content. So this is the run what, run, and run idle. Now I import an image, which is cursor image. When we hold the run, we can see the run cursor pointing to the enemy or whatever. Now I import to sound, the run fire and equip sound. Drag and drop. And the last is we import the run. I provide the mesh and the texture, base color, and a normal map. So on the name of folder of Saiful, I will create another folder. I name it mesh, and inside it I will create another folder. I name it static. Basically, we have two kind of mesh: static mesh and is skeletal mesh. So our plan is make sure when we import the mesh, it is combined meshes. So we have the mesh and we have two texture, two material. Now I import my texture, then diffuse and then normal. I save everything. It will take a few seconds. Now open the material and you can see we don't have any material in our run. We don't have any texture. So delete the texture, which is white color, and just import the diffuse and run normal map. Add the diffuse to the base color and add the normal map to the normal. Now we are done here. Compile and save. Save and apply. It takes few seconds, depend on your configuration. So this is the run we will use. You can see the texture of the run. Now drag and drop the run to the level, and you can see it's very tiny, so tiny that we cannot even see it. If we play, let's make the screen big, F11. Now you can see on the right side of the this side that run mesh, it's so tiny, so we need to increase it. We need to scale it up. So there is a lot of option. We need to change it from the build option. If we search scale, we can see build setting scale. So build scale 12 12 12 on the x, y, and z axis. Now we need to apply it. Without applying it, it will not get the scale. I save it, but it will not work. You can see the run is still small. So we have to go to the build setting. I give 12 12 12, and we need to press the apply changes. Then you can see the run mesh is becoming big. You can see it's apply on the level as well. So you make the run perfect. Now we need to add the run to our character hand. I go to the viewport. Now we have anim class as animation blueprint. Now change it, make it animation asset, use animation asset, and I add the animation run idle. Now I add from component a run static mesh, and I add our run which we imported in here as a static mesh. So we need to add it to some of our socket. I think right hand socket is perfect. So when we add it, you can see it will not be perfect position, so we need to make it perfect by manual. We just change the rotation location, then it will go through the perfect angle. Make sure changes as you prefer it. I also changing it to my preference, so it look like our character is holding the gun. I'm changing the position and rotation. I think this is almost perfect, but we can make a few changes like this. And I can disable the visibility. Also I can enable the visibility and enable the hidden in game also. We cannot see while playing. And the collision preset should be no collision. Now compile and save. Now I create a variable again, I name it done because we have a done, so it's showing error, and I give it a question mark, so the error will gone. Also I will make another variable, I name it equip, and I change the anim mode which is using animation blueprint. Then we can also create a blend space 1D from right button and animation blend space 1D. Also you can duplicate it if we want to make less work, and I duplicate it, I name it run idle work run, and I just delete normal idle work run, select it and delete it. I have no animation right now. Now I press shift and add run idle on 0 value, run what on 300 value, then run on 600 value. Now if you press control and move the mouse, we can see from idle to what to run, holding run. I save it. Now go to the animation blueprint, and from to the anim graph we need to go to the locomotion and idle path. So we have a blend space 1D which is normal blend space. So from the asset browser I just drag and drop the run blend space 1D, and I add the speed variable here also. Compile and save. And from run blend space 1D I add a function called blend poses by bool. What it does, when the boolean variable change, it will change the output. Make it little down. Compile and save. Right button. Compile and save. I make a variable called run question mark. I go to the event blueprint update animation, and from there try get pawn owner. I cast my Saiful character and I make it pure cast. And from here I get the get done which we created inside the Saiful character, and here I add the gun which we created in animation blueprint, and I add the character gun to the animation blueprint gun. which is do when our character boolean change, the it will affect our animation boolean also variable. Now right button, I create a actor. It should be uh, BP run collection, and inside the BP run collection I add a static mesh called run, and I add a bot solution. Detach the bot solution from the run, we don't need it, and increase the bot solution extend to 100 and 100, and I add run to the static mesh, and the run collision preset should be no collision. Now compile and save, and from the bots collision on component began overlap class to our Saiful character. Now set gun, set equip, those two variable we created inside the Saiful character. And now add the executive pin and click gun and equip to true. Now I get the gun. I add a function called set hidden in them. I add set hidden. It's by default untick, which means our hidden in game show. I add a place on 2D. I add it equip, means when we touch the box collision, then there will be a equip sound. I add a delay 0.2 second, and after that destroy actor. So when we collect the gun will destroy on actor, and we have our own gun which we add in our character. So drag and drop to the pp gun collect, and make it a little rotate so it look like this or more beautiful. Now we have the gun logic. When our gun is true, then we will have the gun idle. So normally we have our basic idle what run, but when we collect the gun, when we collect it, then we have the gun idle, and we can also see the gun. Delete the 3D gun, we don't need it. So play, and we collect the gun, we have the gun animation. Now we can walk using the gun animation walk in and gun animation idle. So this is for today's tutorial. In next tutorial I will show you detail about how you can fire the gun. So bye bye everybody.